Joining me now, my guys, Mike Reiss from ESPN, Christian Fauria alongside, and Christian, I gotta give you a little bit of credit, so just take it and we'll move on. You said last week they got issues.
Yes.
After that
it's okay.
It was a preseason game.
Yeah, it's okay to say that. It's okay to admit it.
Yeah.
It's okay to actually comment on exactly what you see, not what people tell you. That's what I do, Professor Fauria. That's what I do. Okay.
You said they got issues.
Yeah. No, I think like we jointly were watching this game on Thursday, and the depth was just obvious. There was a discrepancy in the depth between just the Giants and the Patriots, and how easy it was for the Giants to move the ball, and how tough it was for the Patriots to stop them or to move the ball themselves.
Preseason.
I know, but these are the players that we're talking about. And I'll say the other one that stood out to me, Mikey, and I'll let you jump in, is when Vrabel talking about not 2 or 3 spots open, but 12 to 13 spots. I thought that was like, holy cow. It's worse than I thought.
He was ahead of the curve.
He was ahead of
Steve.
Hey,
he got out there before it was popular to say it, right? Before they got blown out by the Giants.
Let's not go overboard, all right? Let's just give him credit. Let's move on.
Okay, moving on. Where's the rat, Steve? Where's the rat?
Oh, yeah, the rat.
Yeah, Mikey knows where the rat is.
Who's the rat?
Who's the rat?
I heard the exterminators were down there at Gillette over the last couple of days.
They were. Vrabel's trying to keep everything in-house.
Is that a problem?
No.
Okay, all right, good.
No.
Okay.
All right, so the Patriots made a roster move today.
Yeah, Layden Robinson, 4th-round pick from last year, waived with an injury. And then even, Steve, a couple days earlier, Jaheim Bell, tight end, 7th-round pick from last year, also waived.
So it's 2 guys from the draft.
2 guys from last year's draft. They traded Joe Milton, who is another pick, and I'm telling you,
so who's around?
Some of the other guys are on the ropes. I don't know if Caden Wallace, the 3rd-round offensive tackle, is going to be here. I don't know if Javon Baker, the 4th-round wide receiver, is going to be here. So very unusual that 1 year after your draft, almost your whole class, you might, not definite, you might only have Drake May to show for your draft.
Yeah, and even Polk, you're going on getting surgery, so almost all of them, it's crazy. And the first thing you said, well, what does that mean? Does Elliott Wolf not know what he's doing? Was he under constraints last year? Is he just a bad evaluator of talent? It's too early to tell right now, but having only 1 guy potentially on this roster that you drafted a year ago, that's hard to overcome.
And I want to tell you guys my take on this, and come at me on it if you think it's out. I just felt like last year was more of an organizational failure. Like it wasn't on one person. You had a first-time head coach. You had a first-time personnel executive. You had first-time offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams coordinator. I think it was just too new. And I think we see that with the impact this year when Mike Vrabel, who has experience as a coach, comes in, he sets the vision for the team. These are the type of players I want. This is the type of style I want to play.
And he's bringing in his guys.
See the difference. So I don't want to spare Elliott Wolf the accountability. I mean, I don't think that's a draft he's got to feel good about. But it's not just one person. It's the organization.
All right, I want to talk about one person, though. Kyle Duggar.
Sure.
Okay? Yeah. They're shopping him, and if they are shopping him, I wouldn't let the guy go. I'm telling you right now. He played well in the last game.
He did.
Oh, he played with a sense of urgency in the last game. What are you looking at me like?
No, I was going to jump on board with you because I think there's certain guys. Well, I mean, there's guys that you probably want to get rid of, and you don't really see them as the future.
Right.
And I think there's others where, you sit there and go, well, I don't see him as that, but we really need him, right? Like, we just can't let that much experience, that much leadership leave the building. And you need, like, a safety net. And I think he probably doesn't have everything you want, but enough for 1 year, like, to keep everything in order. That's my take on Kyle Duggar.
It's a big contract to trade, so I think it might be hard for them to trade him. I will say, watching them, they like the Craig Woodson 4th-round pick that they drafted out of Cal at safety. They like Jalen Hawkins, the free agent that they re-signed from this past offseason. Wouldn't shock me if those 2 are ultimately their top 2 safeties, with Kyle Duggar and even Jabril Peppers as backup. So a little bit of an interesting development with the way they're sort of working with their safeties right now.
Which kicker do you keep?
To me, it's the rookie 6th-rounder, Andy Borgals. Here,
what are you saying? It's a flip?
I'm flipping a coin. Yeah, it was my flipping a coin gesture.
So I don't know, guys. I mean, I feel like Chad Ryland, who they had drafted before, has gone on and he's doing well in Arizona. Some of these other kickers, sometimes you just got to give them a little time. And I don't know if the rookie Andy Borgals has earned it, Christian, but I think I think they drafted him for.
No, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. And yeah, if you think that both guys are somewhat similar and they're both struggling in their own way, then keep the guy that you think that you had a lot of confidence in when you drafted him. And just real quick to the safety situation, real quickly. I think the safety situation is no different than a lot of these quarterback situations going on right now, where you have two young guys and you need to bring an older guy in, like a Carson Wentz that just got traded or just got signed by Minnesota. There's two young guys that he's going to have to mentor. I think the same thing is true with this Patriot safety group.
All right, Mitch, cutdown day is 4 o'clock on Tuesday. Any surprise cuts that you may see coming?
I think there's always
there's
always surprise. I mean, I don't know if Cole Strange would be on your list as a surprise. I mean, I think he's someone that's clearly on the bubble. We talked about the draft class last year. I think Anthony Jennings will probably be here, but he's a guy that's been playing deep into the preseason.
But he's making sacks deep into the preseason.
Yeah, Kendrick, I want to see. You're right, and I want to see Kendrick Bourne. I think he'll probably be here. But those are some of the names that I'm looking at that could potentially, be in.
Yeah, no, I think you named all the ones that are on the tip of my tongue. There's nobody else that I can think of.
We have not addressed the quarterback situation. Okay, obviously we know Drake May's a quarterback, right? But who's his backup?
So it's
Joshua Dobbs. I know that, but do we need another backup?
Yes, they got to bring in a third.
Because they just cut the.
That's right.
Cut the guy the other day,
Woodridge, their undrafted free agent out of Louisiana. And I think what you're going to find, Steve, is they're hard to find quarterbacks because Christian mentioned the Vikings bringing in Carson Wentz and signing him. The Eagles needed a backup quarterback. They traded for Sam Howell.
The Raiders are in trouble right now.
Raiders are in trouble. Aiden O'Connell.
Yep.
So you got competition. You might have to claim someone that is waived by another team and put them right on your 53-man roster, not your practice.
Yeah, and that's a whole. Like what Elliott Wolf and everybody's doing right now is trying to figure out, waiver wire. They're in 4th place right now when it comes to, because your waiver pickups goes back to the draft order of 2025, so they'll pick 4th. The Tennessee Titans will pick 1st.
All right, we got rats at this table. Rats. Rats. Who's the rat?
It's okay. I got a compliment today, so I'm good.
You do. Once a year. 1 a year. All right, guys, thank you very much.
All right, Steve. All right.
Again, the season opener is 2 weeks from today. We'll start you off with Patriots game day at 11:30 on WBZ. I love those two guys. Pats and Raiders kick off at 1, also on BZ, followed by the 5th quarter postgame show on TV 38.